So, I'm looking at the internet right now, and I'm seeing something I've seen a number of times before, but I'm kind of shocked that people are still saying this. Let me quote. Some dude on the internet says, "Black belts were only meant to show basic competence and knowledge of a system's curriculum, not mastery." Now, honestly, I've only ever heard that spiel about black belts not representing skill from black belts who were not very good at martial arts. Y- this guy goes on to say that it's the fault of Brazilian Jiu-jitsu that's getting people to think that black belts should be, good at their martial art because, I don't know, I guess most Brazilian Jiu-jitsu schools have pretty high standards for giving out the belts. So generally you get a blue belt, and that means, that's the first colored belt in Brazilian Jiu-jitsu. That means you should be able to beat an average person who is untrained in a contest of Brazilian Jiu-jitsu. That kind of makes sense. And the idea is a purple belt should be, a level above a blue belt. Purple belts should, generally speaking, be able to beat blue belts, and brown belts should be able to beat, purple belts, and black belts should be able to beat brown belts. And so, theoretically, brown belts should be, or black belts, sorry, should be pretty good at Jiu-jitsu. Okay? And I always kind of figured this is the way every martial art with a belt system should be. Now, my first martial art was Taekwondo, and when I started out, that's kind of how it was. The black belts were pretty good at Taekwondo, and the lower belts were less good at Taekwondo. But one day I visited a Taekwondo school, and I noticed something was different. Something seemed very wrong. I saw this 6-year-old kid wearing a black belt, and he was flailing his legs around. Dude didn't even know how to throw a kick. But he was wearing a black belt, and he was not the only one. There were a bunch of little kids who had no clue what they were doing, wearing black belts. And I thought, wow, I just have a colored belt in Taekwondo, and I'm an adult. This doesn't seem right. My kicks are way, way better than theirs. And that causes this weird paradigm shift to see that sort of thing when you've worked very diligently toward belt progress in a martial art, and then you visit another school supposedly in the same style where they just give them out like candy to children who have not earned them. So what do you think? Black belts are only meant to show basic competence and knowledge of a system's curriculum, not mastery. Mastery is a fascinating word. I talked a while back about a Tai Chi master I met, master of Tai Chi Chuan, who was 80 years old, and he told me that it took an entire lifetime to master the art. And there's a big difference between someone who is good at something and someone who is a master of something. This man had an exceptional skill. So I would say he was a master. He could teach you the ins and the outs of the art, and he knew how to use it to fight with. On the other hand, you have people who are good at something. But then again, if you look at Brazilian Jiu-jitsu again, there are a lot of blue belts, again, the lowest colored belt rank, who are pretty good at Jiu-jitsu. Are they masters? No. But they definitely show basic competence and knowledge of a system's curriculum. Yeah, let's put the mastery back in the black belt, guys. That's my opinion. Whether or not it means you're a master of the art, I honestly think wearing a black belt in a certain style should mean that you are not just generally knowledgeable about the martial art, but that you actually know how to do it.